Hello everyone, Gilbert here. Welcome to Red Dragon Model Works. Got a little update on my 1700 Yamato. I spent the whole day yesterday, finishing it up, prepping it, lightly sanding it, and priming it. Now, some of you already know that I despise Vallejo, but I've gotten good results with it if I add a little future to it, mix it up, and I've had no problem with peeling. Well, Vallejo being Vallejo did its thing again, and it didn't matter how long I let it sit, and it didn't matter how much I prepped the model. So I know there are some of you out there that swear by that stuff, but all I can say to Vallejo, for their primer at least, is I despise this stuff. And I'm going to show you right now why. Be right back. As I said, I spent the better part of Tuesday prepping my model, working on removing that seam, gone, and then trying to get this red the way I wanted it. There's 4 different coats here. I used a base coat of black Vallejo, scarlet red, 1 coat of fine misting of scarlet red. Then I added a drop of yellow to it, mixed it up, went in there, and just started highlighting certain things. Once I had all the highlights in there, and used up what was in my color cup, thinned out my model color, another light misting. Then I went in and I mixed up another blend of scarlet red with 4 drops of yellow in my color cup on my Iwata, and then went in and did all that. And when that was all done, a quick dusting of red. As you can see here, my seam line gone. You can see I was going to rescribe this. I'm not going to do that, not on this one. And just got my highlights in there. My primer, I used a trick that someone told me, and it worked well. A few drops of future into your Vallejo primer, perfect. I also take my model, I do this with all my models, and lightly sand it, to get it so it'll bite. Had it taped off, everything was fine. I go to peel off the frog tape, which I put on. I do this method as many of you guys would do. You take this, your frog tape. This is not frog tape. Do that, mask everything off. Anyway, I digress. I don't want to make this I'm angry, and I'll show you why. Painting was coming along well, and fucking Vallejo being Vallejo, there it went. Pulled up here, and you can see, if you look closely enough, you can see where I sanded it. This whole thing is sanded like this, all the way. Pulls up there, a little bit here, and all there. Vallejo makes a good model air. And I'm pulling away from that too, because I really hate the way the acrylic works on this. And I hear these people, well, you did something wrong. No, I didn't. I know how to work paint. This stuff is shit. It is crap. For all you guys out there, I'm not a super experienced modeler, but people ask me for tips on what primer to use. This, if you're going to do any masking, I don't care what you do with it, I don't care what, is garbage. Use this for maybe figures, but other than that, throw this shit in the garbage. My standby, and I've never had a problem with it, is this. It's expensive, but it's this or this. These are the 2 that I use for the most part. You can also use automotive primer, Rust-Oleum. You can use that other, Primer Coat, Duplicolor. They work fine. Your primers are your most important step when you put it down. That primer gives the rest of the paint something to bite on. If you cannot trust your primer, all the work, I spent an hour painting that off and on, letting it dry, come back, hitting it, actually more about 2 hours painting that hull just to have that happen. So Roadhog had asked me for some advice. Stay away from Vallejo primer. I know you car guys don't use it. It's crap anyway. Stay away from it. Badger has this Stylorez. So far, I've used it a couple of times, and it's good. It's durable, very durable. I was talking to the basement modeler, Baltazar. I've only used the gray. He used the black. It was able to shoot right through his airbrush. The gray, you have to thin it. This stuff is expensive, but you know what? For the time and effort that you put into your model, this stuff is great. You can also get the duplicate color, whatever. It's a lot cheaper. So I'm going to try it out and see how it works. The Rust-Oleum is thick, but the auto primer, and believe me, that's great. I'm going to start, some rattle canning other ones to see how they work. Because you can get them at Walmart pretty cheap. This stuff is a no-brainer. It's expensive, but you get more from this than you do in here. So that's where I'm at, guys. If you have any of this and you're, toss it in the trash. It is garbage. Garbage. Vallejo, his primer is garbage. Their gray doesn't seem to work so bad, but this, it still peels. But this is trash. Hours of work to have that happen. It also happened to what's his name at the painting clinic, Dr. Faust, same thing. And it's funny because Chris CK Philly was telling me when we were talking, he says, "Man, I hope it doesn't what happened to Dr. Faust happen to you." Bam. And you know what? I primed it, or I wash it, I sanded it, and I every now and then you get these people, "Oh, but you didn't do this." Yes, I did. Fanboys, this is garbage. So, I'm going to put the Yamato off to the side for a while. I think what I'll probably do, I'm going to try to salvage this paint job because I really don't want to drop it, the whole thing, and start all over again. If need be, that's what I'll do. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to try to sand it smooth where it peeled, mask it off again, maybe put a light coat of Future on this, or a light coat of maybe a dull coat, something to seal that in right now, and then prime right over the top of that and see if I can salvage it. If not, it goes into the purple pond. So Roadhog, you asked me for a tip. There it is, brother. Stay the F away from this crap. You might be good on miniatures, but it's no good on anything else, man. So, hope you guys have a good Wednesday. Hope your week is shaping up better than mine is with this. So, I'll put this off to the side. Probably work on my Buick and do some sanding on my Nigel Woods group. I want to have that done by the weekend. So, you guys have a good one. It's Red Dragon saying peace. And by all means, brothers, by all means, stay away from Vallejo primer.